So, Mike got your books. You're an author, right?
You got stories to tell.
You got fucking.
He got I'm looking at fucking 3 books. You know what? That's 3 more fucking books than I have, and I haven't written shit, man. And you're probably.
Can't read.
No, seriously though, man. This is the kind of stuff that's gonna make me read, dude, because it's from our area and stuff, and it's stories from somebody that's from our area that are fucking killer stories. We had Bruce Wingate on here just talking about a story you have in one of these books. I believe it's A Road. Is that correct?
Correct.
And he talks about doing a concert under the influence of LSD, and also he talks about how you run on generators and shit was going on, and staying at a psychopath's house, and there was a promoter. I mean, that's a fucking killer story, dude.
There's a lot of good stories in that book. So that's just one of them. There's like 80, I think. So,
Well,
I don't know how well did Mike make it through that one.
Mike,
all the way through all of them. On the road stories from various bands. I mean, you've covered a hell of a lot of I don't want to say notorious, but well known. Let's go with that. Well known.
Are you is Rock
band members.
In there?
No, the statute of limitations isn't up on that shit. But very, very entertaining. Granted, a quick read, and it's only a quick read because once you sit down and start reading it, it's really hard to stop. It's a lot of fun. Actually, we're probably going to do a story time possibly sometime tonight where I will read a passage from this.
The great thing about that book is just about everybody in it, with the exception of maybe a few people that are in it, were people that I chose to seek out to get stories.
You want to tell, just so the people know who, just give them an idea who some of the people are on it.
Everybody from punk rock.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, say it.
Let's see. I can fucking turn to this page back here, and I can fucking read it.
Today, Mike, today.
Hey, you know what? If I want any shit from you, I'll squeeze your fucking head.
Oh!
I gotta find my glasses again now.
It's like everybody that I appreciated their music and that I sought out, and it was really cool. I knew a good majority of those people to begin with, but it's A to Z punk rock.
It really is. Tesco, Mojo Nixon, John Stenier, Ian McKay. I mean, Sandytown. Take your pick.
Yeah, Guar's in there.
Yep.
But, a lot of the stuff that I listened to all through the years, everybody's in there.
Yeah.
There's very few people that I contacted that I didn't get in that book. And
very entertaining.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great, like, people call it bathroom reading. You can read.
I mean, to be honest with you, literally, that's where I read. So yeah, I'd have to go along with that.
It looks like all the pages are still there.
And I really like the dedication he put to me in here too. Eat shit. That touched me in a very special way.
So what are you guys drinking tonight?
Anything we can get our hands on.
Right now,
Session.
This is Session. I believe it's out of Oregon. We're trying the premium lager. Last time we had the dark lager.
Yeah.
And I think the dark lager tastes better. This is a little too sharp.
I'm drinking some Strohs.
Strohs.
Oh my God.
My mic's turned off again.
Why,
I did that because of dog.
Why, Tony? Why
it's always me.
Strohs?
And later on, I'm going to break open a bottle of Ripple.
All right.
And then a can of Jenny Cream Ale, huh?
Yeah, we've got people chiming in on the board.
Chatting up a storm.
Are you sure you don't want to say hi to anybody? There's somebody special out there that made the extra effort to tune in to Tony Patino.
Anybody you want to tell to just fuck off and die?
Ellis said hi, by the way.
Ellis says hi.
Hey, Ellis.
All right, this makes for fucking riveting radio.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to tune in, so I praise you for your effort.
That's got to count for something.
Look at it takes more effort for you guys to do it and for me to sit here than it does to tune in.
I don't see why you can't do this on a regular basis. I mean, we understand your circumstances and your magic carpet is broken, but we want you on the show more often, man, because you've done a lot for us, and we really appreciate it. And if there's any way I could show my gratitude, I'd love to.
Whatever.
That was really gay, but I really appreciate everything. That's my fucking.
Wait a minute. What is the word that has not been used so far tonight? Oh yeah.
Oh,
Faggot.
So Mike made it through a couple books of mine, right?
I made it through all of them.
Okay. What do you think?
What do I think? I enjoyed them. I really, and in all honesty, now I'm going to quit being a dick for about 5 seconds. And no, they were all very good. It was a lot of fun.
there's so. It looks like.
Actually, I think I'm supposed to review them or something at some
Yes.
point. Is that supposed to happen tonight, or what the fuck are we doing?
Well,
We figured we'd let you read them since you're a reader.
Read them. I ain't fucking reading shit, but I'll fucking tell you this: I'll review
Tell him
them.
to make a movie out of it.
He did. He
Pretty
made one
much
movie.
happened, yeah.
Now the newest one that I just kind of put out today, Free Drinks, right there.
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty happy with that book.
That's a fun read. That's a lot of fun.
I
Well,
try to make them, so they're page turners. I try to get people involved.
What I liked about Free Drinks is it is not what I expected. It ain't got shit all to do with punk rock. Not what I expected at all, and it's pretty goddamn funny. I really did enjoy reading that. I actually laughed. My wife, Carrie, who's here, would come in and look in the room because I'm fucking reading. The whole house is quiet, and I'm laughing. And she'd stick her head in.
Can I
What
read-
the fuck is wrong with you? Junior Junebug. I just did it. Jacobs is the adopted child of a loving, God-fearing Midwestern couple. Life for him is simple, free, and easy. Until things go awry at the church his adopted father works at, and a flurry of lies, deceit, and faith healing ensues. You like that? Ensues? After an unforeseen family tragedy, he finds himself thrust into the shady ongoings of the East St. Louis disco scene of the 70s, where he and his pals Mauricio jumpstart their dream. I'm going to do that again. Mauricio jumpstart their dream of being in a famous rock and roll band. When the band flops, they enlist an aging street smart pimp to handle their management duties, and the future begins to look much brighter. Free Drinks puts you in the back seat and takes you along for the ride as Junebug and Mauricio attempt to revolutionize the American disco scene, one sleazy bar at a time. Thank you. Good night.
But I think it's a great book. I still read
It's a
it.
fun read, and I'll tell you. See, what this man here has done is not only does he give the titles of the songs that these people in this book do, but also has some of the lyrics in here. And there was a couple of them that had me about pissing my pants. That shit about eating chicken feet. I wish to God I'd have written that. I swear to God, I read that. I was so fucking jealous, and I may have to fucking come up with a way to do a cover of that because, God damn it, that thing was awesome.
You can use any of those lyrics you want.
Seriously? Can I?
Yeah, you can. Please do.
Oh, dude, this is so fucking happening.
The,
Where are my bitches?
what's the one? Cops for fishing bait.
Cops for fishing bait. Now, granted, you didn't put a whole lot of lyrics for that one in there, so I'm going to have to kind of improvise. But, dude, I think I know where we're coming from on this.
Yeah,
We can make this happen. We can actually make this into reality,
yeah.
or as close as we ever get to it.
The songs that the band plays is Cops for fishing bait. Where's the bitches?
Where are my bitches?
Piss in your face.
Piss in your face, yes. These are disco songs, by the way. Keep that in mind.
Good stuff.
Yeah, oh, this is fucking... I'm telling you, brother.
And the stuff I'm trying to write, it deals with the reality, not just. I'm trying to be politically incorrect. I'm trying to be.
And you're doing a very good job of it, by the way.
Even after I wrote that book, I thought it was finished, and I let it sit there, and then things would pop in my head where I was like, "This really needs to, make it into the like." Like
Expand.
like Mike might know about the little segment about running over a dog.
Yes. That was really fucked up, by the way. I laughed my ass off.
The book was done, and I thought, well, I got to work that in there. And there's another part about the guy getting his seat stolen out of his car, and some people at like a homeless person dinner about Black Friday, and somebody trying to explain Black Friday. That was something that was after the fact too, and it was almost like a joke in my head where I thought, Jesus, that's so offensive and so great. I've got to put it in this book.
Absolutely. I mean, really, that's a fun read. That I blew through that one very, very quick, simply because it was so out there and funny. I mean, it was just straight up funny.
That started basically from one. I think I pecked out one scene on the laptop in that book that started that whole book, and it was a scene where this guy's disco dancing in a nightclub. And
Yes.
How much cocaine was done?
And he splits this poor girl's lip open with a platform shoe doing some kind of a helicopter spin disco move. And it went from there. And you know what? Mike Cruz was at my house, and I was like, what do you think of this? And I just read him that segment, and he was like, that's cool. And I'm like, there we go. All right. And it just, that I think took probably a couple of years to write, but the stories in that book are so messed up.
Well, the thing about it is that's fun is that even though it's fiction, and it is completely fiction, somewhere, somehow, some place in Middle America, that shit did happen. Took place somewhere.
Yeah. And the whole disco thing, I mean, I'm glad I wasn't a part of it, but I'd imagine it was pretty messed up.
Hey, just for the record, does disco suck, Tony?
Yeah, I like some disco. But the premise of that book, Free Drinks, is these guys are growing up, they don't, and you got to read it to see where they're coming from, but they got nothing else going on, so they end up, they're one of them's a musician, the other guy's following his lead, and they want to do something different with disco.
Right.
They want to revolutionize it, and they try.
They start without giving anything away. They kind of start out as a hard rock cover band, realize they ain't gonna make no money doing that. They go to the disco thing and then combine them. And I won't say any more about that because that's part of the funny shit in the book.
And they're all fuck ups.
Yes, total fuck. Mauricio is the only musician, but he's a fuck up.
And life on the road, their 1 week on the road on their one week tour was disastrous yet fantastic.
Yes. And that felt very true.
Yeah. But then you got all kinds of other stories rolled into there, like Duty the pimp,
Oh, fucking Duty, man! Was honestly my favorite character in the book.
Yeah.
I really like Duty.
And the great thing about that, Mike, is I looked all over the internet for a picture that I thought could represent Duty, and I couldn't find anything. I looked at mugshots and everything. And I was in I'm an electrician by trade, and I was in somebody's house doing some kind of work, and the picture in the book that is Duty's picture is actually a
See if I can
picture.
find that. We got to show this.
It's actually a picture I took with my cell phone of a picture on someone's wall that was framed.
No shit.
Yeah. I was
Awesome.
like, that's...
Where do you guys see this? Hold on a minute. I'm gonna find this motherfucker. I saw him with a little more rottier teeth looking, but that's pretty good. That's pretty fucking good. That tells you all you need to know.
You're looking at Duty.
And yeah, Duty was a pivotal character in that book.
Oh, absolutely.
And the stories he told and the things he did and his experiences are...
Actually, Duty came off for the most part as somebody you probably want to go fucking drinking with and shit. Up to a point. Up to a point. After he got past point Z, it was time to clear out. But yeah, I'd run with him.
Yeah. And actually, guys, the white band members that you see in that book are actually my friends in the band The Loaded Nuns.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and those pictures are from a few years back of them, but I made them look vintage enough to make the cut.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks
But
that
I
way.
especially like free drinks though because most of it's made up.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. Honestly, it's a lot of fun. It really is. I Tony, I'm sorry if I'm fucking goddamn coming across and seeing it the wrong way. I found it a very, very amusing book. I thought it was funny as shit. Really enjoyed it. If it's supposed to be serious, well, you've got a problem.
No, it's not.
You've got a problem. But if it's meant the way I took it, I don't give a shit. Everybody should read this anyway because it's fucking fun. It's just fucking fun.
I'm trying to break into some kind of new genre, like extreme reading, maybe.
Oh yeah, okay, I like that.
Because I used to read a lot. I don't read a whole lot anymore because everything bores me. And
I
to
hear
me, I thought, it's time to start writing about some shit that people are gonna either love or get mad about or something like that.
Well, you're getting a reaction that way. I mean, there's people like me who are going to laugh at this shit, but let's be honest. Yeah, there are people out there going to get really pissed off, really offended, which makes it even more fun and funnier.
Yeah, that's what I'm after.
Well, there you go.
If they can pick out one sentence in there that's like, oh, well, that's not cool.
I can pick out a few, actually.
Yeah.
I found them funny. But, yeah, definitely, there's some stuff in here that is just, it's truly fucked up. It really is. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It is. Having read Life and Times, now this is a fictionalized account of pretty much what the Tampa scene was like, but it reads true. I mean, it really does. Particularly concerning the fact that there are genuine incidents that did take place in here.
Yeah.
And it's up to the reader to decide what's real and what ain't. But I'll give you a hint right now. The most outlandish, fucked up shit, that's the real stuff.
Yeah, and
Which book?
people there know what's real and what weren't, but
Exactly.
and people that weren't there, in my opinion, it was just fun to read, and it's.
Well, it is. It absolutely is. I mean, this would be fun for anybody to read. Anybody.
The truth is a good story sometimes.
Oh,
and that's what-
so there are incidents that you have in that book that nobody's going to believe were the actual reality in it. They're going to say, "Oh, this shit, they made that up." No.
Or you get to, they just couldn't have made it up. There ain't no way no one
there's
can
some
make this
things you
shit
can't
up.
make up.
Yeah, there's some stuff in there that I have to tell people, no, that didn't really happen. And maybe some of that stuff did. But,
Well, no, you really honestly don't want to go around fucking telling people that some of this stuff is true.
good reading, and it's they say, writing, the best way to start writing is to write what you really know about.
True.
And some of the stuff in that book is fiction, some of it's not fiction. But either way, it's good to read.
Oh, it is. It's absolutely good to read. And like I said, I mean, the thing that cracked me up the most was the fact that the stuff that's real is some of the most outlandish, fictional sounding shit that anybody wasn't familiar with would think, well, yeah, man, I mean, dude made that up. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. And there's stories that have been told to people throughout my life that they're like, yeah, this guy's full of shit.
No, he isn't.
Okay, well,
Not really.
but there are people out there that can prove those stories. But either way, it's fictional.
Yeah, it is fiction. As a matter of fact, in the autograph that Tony gave me on this, it says, Mike, don't expect 100% accuracy. This shit is supposed to be fiction. That's right, motherfuckers.
But, what I'm trying to do is I don't, I used to read a lot. I don't read a lot anymore because I can't handle reading something that isn't true for some reason. To me, I don't like made-up stories.
You hate liars.
Yeah.
But that book's great because a lot of it is true.
Well, even the stuff that's not, and I think I pretty much know what is and what isn't.
Yeah,
Even
there's
the stuff that's not reads true. I mean, having been there, yeah, if it didn't happen, it probably did, and we're just not aware of it.
that's a good book, really, because I was able to put it something made up out of my head. A lot of it's true, of course, a lot of it's not, or a lot of it's embellished, a lot of it's rumors.
Even the embellishments are pretty fucking close. They're pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
One thing that I like that you did as well is, where necessary, the names were changed.
Changed.
Yeah. Not to protect the innocent, but to protect the extremely guilty. But for the most part, no real last names, but yeah, it's real obvious who we're talking about here. This is good shit. It's good shit.
And yeah, if it reflected badly on people, I changed their names. But if it reflected nicely on people or whatever,
I got to tell you, Tony, you didn't make me look like an asshole in here. I really appreciate that.
But the hard part about that book was making up the fake stuff.
Yeah, I'll bet.
The way it ended and all that, and that's tough stuff to figure out and to make it seem okay. If you grew up in Tampa in the '80s,
yeah, that reads very true. All of it reads very true.
but not anything I did in it, of course.
Well, no, of course not. Of course not. No, you were just a passive observer. It cracked me up.
Observing everything.
Observing, yes, observing for future reference.
But people don't understand it. That's really like that book is almost like the only thing out there that kind of documents a lot of that stuff that happened.
It does. It truly does. Like I said, even the fictional stuff reads so true that it is hard to discern what's real and what's not.
When you write your first book, they say write about what you know about. That's what I knew about what was going on, what was happening in my lifetime, in that time frame, and I just had to mold it into something that was different. And you can't really think up anything cooler to read about than what was really happening.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
I mean, and when you mix it and mold it and make things fake and not fake or whatever, I mean, it's just, if you can read it, it's a good read. I mean,
it is. It genuinely is. That was the thing that I think I liked the most about that book, is that it was very hard for anybody that wasn't there to tell what's real and what's not. I mean, it all reads very true.
And people that weren't there, it would be a good book just to read.
Sure it would.
Tony, I'm looking forward to reading it, and I wasn't there.
It's very good. It's all three of these books I highly recommend. I think that anybody that...
You quit fucking rocking the table.
Yeah.